Mastering a stringed instrument takes skill and years of practice. It also takes guts. These guts. For thousands of years, some of the finest sounding strings have been made using the small intestines of large animals. The Bow Brand factory in the town of Kings Lynn, England. Much like every week for the last 100 years, this morning the firm is taking delivery of a batch of carefully sealed barrels. The contents of these vats are all the company needs to make some of the finest musical strings in the world. Each fistful contains dozens of pre-cut 13-metre-long strands, stripped from cattle killed for beef and salted at the abattoir to preserve them. The problem is that salt makes the strands of serosa stick together, so Rosina has to wash them thoroughly in a mixture of water, sodium carbonate and soap.
We don't really notice the smell down here so much now. My husband still has a bit of a problem with it some nights when I go home. The children used to have a problem with it, but I used to remind them that the pocket money don't smell.
After 3 days of washing, the strands of intestine are passed to Sarah Middleton, who inspects them for signs of damage.
When they selected them for any black bits, weak bits, fibres, fats, anything that looks like that's going to break and weaken the string.
Today, Sarah is making harp strings.
So this is a 3-strand, a 13-strand, 23-strand. Now that's a first octave, a third octave, and a fourth octave. And there's a ping, 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 ping.
The next challenge is to combine the separate strands into one strong string. So they're placed on this metal table. 10 bunches at a time are strung along the length of it and attached to hooks at both ends. After hitting the on switch, the hooks at each end spin in opposite directions, twisting the strands together. The strings then need to be dried, but do this too quickly and they would crack and split. So each string is strung up and left to dry in this humidity-controlled room. As they dehydrate over a period of at least 7 days, collagen proteins in the intestines act like glue and bind the strands together. The next problem is that the drying process has left the strings rough to the touch. Pluck these for a full concerto in C minor and you'd majorly damage your pinkies. So they're passed to Justin Wright and his 10-metre-long, centerless grinding machine. After feeding a string into one end, this compressor forces air around it. This makes the string rotate as it's passed through 2 abrasive wheels which grind away any rough bumps.
That has to be very precise. We've got no tolerance for movement at all.
These strings might have the look, feel and shine of a harp string, but they're vulnerable to changes in humidity. Damp in the air could cause them to swell up. To overcome this problem, the strings are layered with the best water-resistant coating available, marine varnish. Neil Cross has to apply 4 perfectly even coats on each string.
If I leave one drip on the string and it dries, that's ruined. I can't go back and get it off later.
Using sponges means Neil can coat the entire surface of the string. But not any old sponge will do. These have been sourced from the Aegean Sea, off the coast of Greece.
We've tried using synthetic sponges, but the thinners we use in the varnish, it melts the sponge. So natural sponges are the only one we can use, really.
A harp holds up to 35 catgut strings, so the company colour codes them to help the player find the right notes in dark orchestra pits.
Different colours represent different gauges, so the player of the harp knows which ones to pluck next.
It takes a full 8 weeks for the company to transform the guts into strands of musical glory. Most professional musicians prefer the sound catgut makes over synthetic strings. And once they've been cut up and coiled into packets, they're just the ticket for concerts and operas all over the world.